welcome to the best U.S. Mint news channel on YouTube. At least it is in my opinion. Today's date is the 8th of November, 2025, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Marine Corps Privy Mark, American Silver Eagle, and the congratulations set for next year. But before any of that, make sure you hit the like button, and if you're new here, please subscribe. We're trying to get to a bazillion subs. It's actually a really big number. You can look it up on the Google machine. It's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now let's bounce over to moneymetals.com so I can show you where the live spot prices ended the week. So gold remains above $4,000 at $4,014.20, silver at $48.55, platinum at $1554.85, and palladium $13.99 even Steven. Now Dr. Copper finished the week at $4.96 per pound, baby. Over here, you're looking at in stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $9.49 for a quantity of 1 through 39. They ask that you pay $58.04. Now, the buyback is $51.01, and that is definitely above the silver spot price, as you can see here, $48.55. Now, over to the congratulations set. This is kind of a big deal, folks. The United States Mint updated the photographs here, just like they did for the 2026 American Silver Eagle, the West Point proof, their flagship American Silver Eagle, right? We saw that one had dual date action, 1776 to 2026. Fantastic 250-year celebration Privy Mark in the Liberty Bell. Yes, please. All right, but look at this. This is what's so sketchy. Look, here we go with the American Silver Eagle, no dual date, no Privy Mark. What? Yeah, but they have the packaging all set up, right? Look at that. Congratulations set for the 2026 American Silver Eagle. So are you telling me, is the Mint telling me right now that the congratulations set will not have a dual date and will not have a Privy Mark? Okay, that's fantastic because, well, if this is a West Point proof, right? If it is a West Point proof, well, and all the other West Point proofs have the Privy Mark, and there's probably going to be about 400,000 of those. Well, this one's mintage limit is only 55,000. Yowza. Yeah, can you say low? That's lower mintage, right? Lower mintage than the V75 at 74,000 and change. This is a big deal, but here's the kicker. Here's the kicker right here. If you look at the backside here, the reverse of the coin, you'll see that it's struck in Philadelphia. Now, I don't know if what's going on here, okay? The Mint may have put the wrong picture. They may have put the wrong mint, all right, West Point Mint. If you go to the specifications, it says no Privy Mark. Okay, cool. But it says West Point Mint. All right, so which one do we believe? All right, and honestly, I think both scenarios are actually fantastic for the congratulations set, and I will be picking up one of these regardless of what mint actually strikes this, because if it is Philadelphia, it's the first one struck since 2000, all right? They struck them from 1993 to 2000, and then in 2001, the Mint switched over to the West Point Mint, okay? That was years ago, years and years ago, right? 2001. Yeah, think about it. That's quite some time, even though it flies really quick here. Philadelphia Mint, yes, please. But it does say West Point here. So there's a little bit of information that doesn't really jive. Not sure what's going on. However, if this is going to be a West Point proof, like it says here in the specs, a West Point proof with no Privy Mark, with that limited mintage, oh my goodness, that is going to be a winner chicken dinner all the way around. No doubt about it. Especially if there's no dual date, okay, or Privy Mark on this West Point proof American Silver Eagle in the congratulations set. You don't even know. That's huge, folks. That is tremendous. Now let's go to the Google machine, and I put here, last year the U.S. Mint struck a proof American Silver Eagle in Philadelphia. Did I say Philadelphia? All right, the last time the U.S. Mint struck a proof American Silver Eagle in Philadelphia was the year 2000, and these coins have a P mint mark. There you go. That's the Action Jackson mint mark. While the Philadelphia Mint has struck American Silver Eagles more recently, these were bullion coins produced in 2020 as an emergency measure and do not have a mint mark. That's right, folks. Bullion strikes don't have a mint mark, okay? If it does have a mint mark, it means it was bought from either a dealer or the mint on their website, right? Last proof striking, the Mint produced proof American Silver Eagles at the Philadelphia Mint from 1993 to 2000. Now, there's some bullion strikes due to high demand. The Philadelphia Mint struck some bullion versions of the American Silver Eagle in 2020. These coins do not have a P mint mark. There you go. And look, if you busted that thing out of the slab, you would never even know it was an emergency strike. So that's a really, I mean, you got to know, you got to keep those in the slab. And the only way I think they knew that it was from Philadelphia is the straps on that green box. You know, the green box that you see over here? Yeah, that's it right there. Those green boxes right there. And they have straps on them notating where they come from. Now let's keep on keeping on. That set, that congratulations set, got to keep our eye on that one, folks. When the Mint finally susses out all of what's going on here, and we have the correct and true information to find out what's going on with this, we are going to be, I think, very happy, 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 joy, joy. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Here we go. This is the United States Mint product schedule, and do you see it there? Yeah, you see that green dot right there? No, not the new one there or the new one there. That one there. Yeah, it now says pre-order. Bummer. In the summer. It is coming soon. It is limited. It drops on November 10th. That's Monday. That's two days away, right? Today's Saturday, so Sunday and then Monday at noon, and we will be going live. However, pre-order means that it is not going to be shipped out that day, much like the the limited edition silver-proof set with the American Silver Eagle out of San Francisco, California, right? That shipped that day. I think at like 12:15, I got the notice on the 6th of November. Man, so this is a total bummer, I think. I'm not really fond of pre-orders because they end up charging you when the coin ships, not on the day. Yeah, they check to see if the funds are there in the bank or your credit card or what have you, but they don't really necessarily charge you, okay? And the charge doesn't stick until they actually ship it. So that's going to be $105 you got to keep in your bank. You know, I mean, some people don't have that, right? Some people are like, yep, paid all the bills and now I got that money for the American Silver Eagle. But yeah, that's tough, you know, for some folks there. Now this one is struck out of Philadelphia Mint. It's going to be the first proof out of Philadelphia. I showed you that here, the first proof out of Philadelphia since 2000, and I think that's why this coin in particular, out of all the Privy marked American Silver Eagles this year, is going to be special. That's right. And not only that, it's struck in Philadelphia. It has a really low mintage of 100,000, product limit of 100,000, and a household order limit of 1. The bummer in the summer here is that it is, well, it's on pre-order. That absolutely is not fantastical. Not a fan. But there it is. That's reversed with the P Mint mark. I can't say enough about how I think this coin is going to be the winner chicken dinner out of all of them. And look at this. Look at this right here. This product will be available for pre-sale on November 10, 2025 at noon Eastern. Well, I got a video right here, and I don't know when it was from. Probably about, yeah, I guess 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks ago. There you go. And it says this product will be available for sale on November 10, 2025 at noon Eastern. Well, there's another issue. All right, there's another issue besides being a pre-sale, folks. And I think this is why the Mint changed it, swapped it to a pre-sale, is because I think they're having quality control issues over there. Yes, we know that the Mint has had some tough times striking coins in high grades, particularly in a 70, at ratios that are acceptable. You know, I think 75% of the coins, if they're in a proof 70, that's fine. If 25% of the coins out of that ratio are in a proof 69, that's fine. Now, if you get up to 40, 50%, ooh, yeah, no, bad. I don't think those are acceptable at all. I think the Mint is also they're doing some kind of soul searching right now because of this coin. And is this coin going to be the poster child for the Mint's quality control? Yeah, I think so. I think yes. I don't think it's the laser privy, the Army privy, or the Navy privy. I think because they actually made an active effort here to put this on pre-sale, they have not been grading very well. And I imagine maybe, now could you imagine if you worked for some of the grading companies like PCGS or NGC, and would you call the Mint and say, hey guys, what are you doing over there? Because all the coins we're seeing coming in that are in whatever boxes they ship them in, they're not grading very well. Could you do something about that, or could you address that? And then what is the Mint going to do? What would you do if one of the grading companies called you and said, "Hey, look, this isn't working out so well. You guys better figure something out." Because look at this. I went over to PCGS, and remember the last time we had seen a Marine Corps Privy, it was 1 and 1, and one of those was a proof 70. Well, now we have 445 slabbed. And I say slabbed because I used to say, well, 445 have been graded. Well, that's not necessarily true. And there should be another column for all the ones they've actually graded, right? There's the 1. of the one, of the base of the one right there. I'm sorry, I had to do that. So out of 304, and this is just total right here. This is the 250th anniversary deep cameo. This is the total, grand total of everything all added up right here. Now, this is the base. Out of 17 of them that have been slabbed, one of them is in a 70. 16 of them are in a proof 69. But look at this. All right, this is the 250th anniversary first strike. 65 first strikes have been slabbed, and out of those 65, 65 of them are in a proof 69. What's up with that? Not sure exactly, but that is not healthy. Now, out of 30 that have been slabbed under the first day of issue, yeah, 30 of them are in a 69. So not one of them was good enough to slab a proof 70 deep cameo. That is something else, folks. And look at this. The advance release, typically you see the advance release in greater numbers than this. All right, 84 of them have been slabbed. 54 of those are in a 70, and 30 are in a 69. That does not bode well for what the quality of these Marine Corps Privy marked American Silver Eagles. It's bad. So if you do end up getting a 70, I imagine that could be a $800 to $1,000 coin when it's all said and done. I think this is going to be, like I said, and you know what? It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't, because we're looking at condition rarity already from the United States Mint. And look at this. You know, these numbers here for the Stephanie Sabin, 40 out of 40, 50 out of 50 for the advanced release Global Trump. You got 2020 here for released Trump coins, 25 out of 25 here for the Magnum Opus, and then 114 of the advanced release Emily Domstra. I imagine she signed seashells by the seashore. All right, 114 right there. Like I said, this does not bode well, because check this out. I'm going to shrink that one. We're going to go to the Navy one. Yep, hello, Navy. Yeah, look at this. First issue, David Hall, 1,000 here. First strike, deep cam. That's not really it. Look at this, 50 here for the Stephanie Sabin. 20 there for the Cleveland signature. 50 for Jaron Danroot. Yeah, not the same numbers, folks. They're a lot less. And yeah, it might be a little too early to say what these are, and to explain away why we're seeing such low numbers here, 50, 20, 25, 40, and so on and so forth. However, I think the trajectory has been discovered, and it is not pretty. And let's go one more step here. We're going to go to eBay and look at some of the sales, right? We have completed listings, sold listings, and they have ended recently for the 2025 Philadelphia Struck American Silver Eagle Marine Privy Mark. Yeah, look at that, $454. That's not even a signature one. That's just a first strike. That's not even advanced release, right? Look at this first day of issue, 465 PCG. Look at the prices are way more for these in the first strike in the first day of issue than they were for the Navy, I think, and the Army Privy Mark American Silver Eagle. Look at 436 there, and that one's just your basic. Right? Look at that. That's your basic strike right there, $436.99. There's a first strike right there, 452. And that looks like the first day of issue right there, 465. That's pretty strong, folks. I don't think the Army were selling for that much when they came out with the first day of issue. 699 there. I keep seeing that. I think that's absolutely genius, whoever's selling those. But what is that? 230, 240 a coin? Not the greatest return, but there you go. 209 there for September 30th. I don't know why that got in there. Here's a 69 for 227.38. That's same price as I would imagine the raw, 227 there. There's a signature right there. Doesn't say exactly who. That's 629. Doesn't say there either. There's 419 for Proof 70 Ultra Cameo, and that is a Marine Corps Privy. Look at that. That's a first day of issue for $539, man. GC. What is that? That's the Eagle Privy. Not going to talk about that. $589 there for Proof 70 Ultra Cameo. Yeah, look at these. These are way more expensive than what we had seen for the Navy and Army Privy marked American Silver Eagles, and I think that is going to be about it. Look at that. 609 best offer taken. Marine Corps 429. 549 first day of issue. I'm telling you, I think this is the one, folks, and we can clearly see these numbers are way higher than the ones I've spoke about before. Look at that advanced release, and that is Marine Corps Privy for $549.98. Goodness gracious. What are you going to do, folks? I myself, well, if I can pick up more than one, I would like to. I don't know how possible that's going to be. I mean, that's only to hedge my bets, because if these do come in poor condition, I'm not going to actually sever my relationship from the United States Mint because I mean, look, I think everything should be looked at positively. Whether you want to say I'm Pollyanna with the rose-colored glasses, I mean, look at it like this. All right, if you do get one of the ones that's amidst proof 69 or proof 63 or what have you, yeah, that's a bummer in the summer. Okay, but remember this, some people are getting them in a proof 70, and those are the ones you really want. All right. And that's an opportunity to make even more money than you would if they were just 25% to 75% proof 70 to proof 69. So everything really is an opportunity. It really is in the long run. And I think we should look at it in a positive light. Yes, if you don't get that 70, that's a bummer in the summer. But there's always the future. And think of next year. If the United States Mint has these quality control problems for next year on, let's say, the congratulations set with a mintage of 55,000, wow, imagine what that look, imagine what this coin's going to be worth if it does have no privy mark, no dual date, and it is from West Point. It's going to stand out among the other West Point strikes that do have the dual date and do have the privy mark. And at that mintage, that's even amazing right there. And then if you compound that with the fact that it's condition rarity, that could be $1,000 coin eventually. So there it is. I think we are on the precipice of some fantasticness over there at the United States Mint. And yes, they do have some work to do getting their quality control together. But I'll tell you, I'm a fan of the United States Mint. I'm an American citizen, and I want my mint to be the best mint in the world. Now, maybe they're not the best mint in the world right now. I think the Royal Canadian Mint is by far the best mint in the world right now, hands down. And it's been that way for probably 30 or 40 years. And hey, kudos to the Great White North for having a fantastic mint, no doubt about it. I mean, they do set the bar for quality coins and quality programs, no doubt about it. And, I would love to see the United States Mint put up a loyalty program. If you collect X coins or spend X dollars in a year, then you are eligible for a special coin, right? That only people who are on the loyalty program can get. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to make these extra fantastical tiers, advance release to the bulk folks, at least do something for the regular folks that buy directly from the Mint website. I think that would be fantastic. Now let's get to the plus ones. I've yammered for way too long. All right, this is Psalm 120, number 7. He says here, I am peace, but when I speak, they are for war. What does that even mean? Well, I think they shout for war because they view the Lord's appeal for peace. Because look, if you're asking for peace, you probably have the Lord with you. Remember, blessed are the peacemakers. In fact, I said that the other day when I was at Walt Disney World. This family was bickering and quarreling. I got because we were at miniature golf, right? And they have colored balls. Some are blue, some are red, some are pink, some are violet, and some are yellow, and some are orange. And two of the kids picked the same colored ball. And one was like, I picked one first, and they were bickering and quarreling. And the mom came in and said, and she straightened it all out, hey, such and such and such and such. And the kids were like, oh, okay. And then, the kids and the dad, they go walking along, and then the mom walks on, and I say to her, blessed are the peacemakers. Yeah, I hope I used that properly. Anyway, she smiled and walked on. I thought it was really fun. But yeah, that's blessed are the peacemakers, the ones who have peace in their heart and want to share it with the world. Now, they shout for war because they view the Lord's appeal for peace as a sign of weakness and vulnerability when it really isn't. It really isn't. They just want to have a cool, mellow time. This is an expression of longing for peace in a world that responds with hostility and conflict. It's not weakness. It's not vulnerability. It reflects the speaker's desire for harmony and reconciliation. Yeah, that's a big word. Reconciliation. Yet their words or presence provoke opposition, misunderstanding, or aggression from others. This verse captures the frustration of someone who embodies or advocates for peace, but faces antagonism. Yeah, that's right. Remember, next time somebody tries to say, hey, cool your jets, take it easy, it's not that bad, or it's not that hard, they really are doing their best. And remember this, people don't just say things, to hear themselves talk. Right? So if somebody actually goes out of their way and says something like that, you might want to listen because they have something important to say. You know who else had something important to say? Yeah, let's go to 39's Fine 99.9. This is Bob Dylan, Blowing in the Wind. That's right. Great song. He had some stuff to say. And It's what a great legendary artist. It doesn't always mean the lyrics and the music are what's important, right? Now, how the voice sounds, yeah, okay. But he meant that. And you know that he meant that. Now, with that said, I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you're going to see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. What's not free? Well, that's going to be membership. It's $1.99 a month, and it helps these videos get out each and every single day. Well, in the morning anyway. And it's about 6.6 cents per video. It's not a whole lot it's the price of a cheap cup of coffee once a month in Stacker's honor over here. Hope you all have a great start to your weekend, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Stacker out.